Fukushima, especially on a map that really lends itself to the AWP like Ancient. So it's kind of these core riflers kind of butting heads, and whether they can support their AWP. That's the main question. That's the talking point. Is Apex's map picked? So you imagine they'll be starting on the T side. forZe immediately on this defense, and a collection of dual Berettas.
Yeah, 2 players each side of the map for the CTs, although Shelfie will come over to support B. Apeks are very spread out. They're kind of looking for a bit of aggression. She's going to have the good angle here, and STYKO swings to try and punish. Good damage done, but Result has found the opener over at B. Nork walks in towards middle. He's found a good timing. No, he hasn't. Result, oh, deleted by Nork. Let's look at some more. Shelfie spotted, and another player deep in towards long. Nork's just danced with them all, waiting for his teammate to come on through, and yeah, Apeks have devastated them on this pistol. Nork not even caught. STYKO's providing Overwatch, and Celta is in CT spawn, unable to do a thing.
That's really nice from Apeks. The entry just into A, but not revealing themselves to the point where Fukushima can have impact with the dual Berettas, and then instantly just causing rotates, which allows then Nork to activate. The first kill on the player that scales out of ledge is just disgusting, and from there it really opens the door for Sense just to walk up uncontested in towards B, is able to kill the long player that's staring right at Nork, who's creating so much doubt in forZe's mind of where Apeks are ultimately going to end up. It's a great pistol, and it's one in which we already see an eco coming out from this CT side. They're pushing A. They're doing so with a lot of gusto and pace. This might have even been heard. STYKO is moving over with the bomb. He's holding, trying to lock things down with the Galil. We'll say if he drops the bomb here, that's where it gets scary, but they're not ready for him.
There's a flashlight in Result's hands. I wonder if that's now going to be sent in towards middle for these players just to push on through. And then maybe there's a world where they could catch these players off guard, but no, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Although, the bomb's in Donut, so you're walking to where all of these players were just spotted. And they all group back up. There's certainly going to be some damage inflicted by these CTs. The question is how much?
They're going to swing. They're going to take the fight. Result wins one out and hits the second headshot. The thing is, you could potentially evacuate, but you got to grab the bomb, and that's where jkaem steps in. Again, read the weakness, the vulnerability here in these pistol rounds the forZe have been showing. Potential for even more damage, but instead it's not. Still 2 kills, that's fine if you're Apeks. You're happy with that. You've got the Galils, you upgraded the MAC-10s into those rifles that dropped on the floor. And that's been a lot cleaner compared to previous outings, especially on Mirage.
Could have got a little scary. When Resol gets that double kill, you think, oh dear, but jkaem was already on the flank through CT spawn. Last couple of kills for Result, though, will enable him to get some more util. Sense fighting very early into middle. Runs through the Molotov, looking for the fight into Donut, but there's a double up there. Second element not even required. Result trying to slip in, but jkaem continuing to be a menace. A start for him. After, as you mentioned, a quiet Mirage.
Thing for Apeks is, yet again, they know that forZe are going to go aggressive because they're gonna look for info. Instead, this smoke is actually very nicely placed from Tanir, because it means the rotations can come over and they can try and lock out one area of the map individually. This buys a lot of time. It means that Shelfie has walked over. The issue is utility for this CT side. They have absolutely nothing to contend with executes. Although, that being said, there's only a molly and a flash on the side of Apeks. It's going to be a brawl.
Yeah, that was your execute. This is just walking straight up the ramp. And with 2 players here out towards long, they're happy to take the fights, doubling up for the swing. jkaem wants to trade back. They are coming through caves. They got some control. STYKO can plant, but it's going to be uncomfortable. Post plant difficult. There's a smoke for Celta that he can use to isolate an angle. STYKO, though, just fighting from behind default. It's doubled up. He's looking for more. STYKO on a tear with 3. What looked like a good position for the retake from forZe has fallen completely flat. Celta's sticking around, but he has to run. He's being hounded by jkaem. A smoke just to enable a getaway, perhaps. Apeks somehow able to get this round despite losing the advantage early.
That's STYKO taking fights on his terms. That's the experience shining through there. Also not ready to really deal with the players on site. You can see, even though they were at long and they were able to get the initial kill, they weren't confident on swinging on the players. They had unconfirmed info at Cave. They didn't know about B ramp. The players that are on A are so disjointed from the rest of the pack, and that kind of puts you on limbo if you're on the B bomb site waiting to retake, waiting for these players to get in position. So all you can do is hold an angle and just hope you're able to hit your shot. Instead, it's STYKO. Triple. Coming in clutch and triples up for Apeks as well. Utility not here for forZe once more. Money not in the greatest state of affairs. Will be this force buy and will be a push down B. Sassanito hoping and finding at least the first kill. And look at Red again.
Oh, almost. Okay, yeah, he is dealt
wow.
with. They're first in towards A. They found the kill on the Celta. Oh, Gokushima, what a shot. What a kill on the STYKO. And Sense is low. It was just one rifle with upgraded pistols around it. It looks like they're going to get it done. Sense is going to get run down. 3 from Gokushima. He didn't even have armor into that round. But it's going to get 4s on the board.
That drive-by shot into Red was just so pivotal in turning the tides of this round from forZe. And then from there, it's the donut player that is lying in wait on this bomb site that catches, doesn't get the kill, but does significant damage. And from there, Apeks starts to feel uncomfortable. The walls are already closing in before they've even been able to place the bomb on the site. Being picked apart one by one. Force by will prevail. No AWP for Nork. But there is one for Gokushima. Let's see how it pans out. These fights into mid have always been in favor of this T side, and it's set to continue again. Everyone's blind, but Celta steps up, as he did in Connector. Middle is his domain. Might even find another, but Nork will at least trade. It's a 3-on-3. But the difference this time for Apeks is they don't have any map control.
I can't believe Celta gets that second kill there. I feel like he was not seeing a single thing. Flashbangs, smokes, chaos. But headshots. Now 3v3 as Apeks pause for a moment, seeing if there's any aggression coming out. But it doesn't look like forZe are going to move. Resalt's got a nice angle if they walk through Donut. So they're just covering off every position at the moment.
They are, but it's spread. Fortunately, look, Tanir's got a smoke, which he can use to delay. Gokushima the same over at A. There will be this bomb site over at B, in which Apeks look to operate in. No smokes for them. So again, it has to be contact. Resalt now scales into mid, and that creates the timing for Tanir to drop the smoke. 30 seconds. This looks pretty good for the side of forZe.
Resalt's going to be in a good position, but Tanir gets deleted. He needed to stay alive. Resalt's going to arrive at a good time, but 2 versus 3. The AWP is isolated as well. Not giving up the fight to Resalt. They know this is an opening in the map. You might be able to find a gap to walk out. Can't find Sassanito. Gokushima immediately has to save.
It was so good until Tanir overextends. He doesn't need to be holding the line that aggressively in long. You understand why, because he's trying to spot out these players. But at the same time, you can still play retake. Resalt is not in a position to grab and find anything over at Shelf. He's so far away from walking to Cave. He's got to clear all of those angles. That's always unknown for forZe. Fortunate for Apeks, they don't get spotted by Result jumping up, but at the same time, Tenier did not need to be that overexposed, and ultimately that completely costs forZe the chance of even making that one look competitive. Apeks survive, they're grouping with numbers, and this is the first round where they've already got all of the utility. They didn't find the AWP, Gokushima saved, but at least they've got all the tools of the trade at their disposal in this one.
Yeah, forZe won the round that they did get with less. They're getting aggressive in towards Jaguar. Moltov's gonna tickle the toes of Tenier. Tries to get tricky around it. Gokushima getting aggressive. Nice shot into Nork. He's playing around that angle, seeing if he could bait out of position, and finds himself a bullet between the eyes. Gokushima's being dynamic, knows he has to be Celta. The timing couldn't have been worse. The distraction from A main causes him to turn and shake and sound Gokushima. Apeks snapping back.
It's a lot better. Needs to go A main here with the bomb. Can't go elbow. Should be okay. Just about. It's scary. Just look at the mini-map and all the dots that are closing in, but that may have even been heard. No, it hasn't been. Doesn't matter. 5-7 on AK. Sassanito locks it in. Middle of the map is a big weakness for forZe. If they don't win the fights early, they really concede the space. And as a result, Red Room, yet again, an open point. You can see that Celta's attention is completely divided by all of these different angles. It's so difficult for him to worry also about A, but donut, middle. There's so many different things he has to consider. Unfortunately, for him, looks the wrong way. What I will say is, if you are a forZe fan, I wouldn't worry just yet. Because notoriously on Ancient, their CT side is not good. It's the T side in which you can get excited in. With that being said, they need to establish a foothold and they need to give themselves something to work with in this first half. A pause not only for thought, but also just to kind of reset a little bit for 30 seconds. These rounds have been frustrating because it feels like every time you turn around, Apeks is shooting you in the back. That can't happen going forward if you're forZe.
Yeah, it almost feels like the way that forZe are playing the T-side in Mirage in terms of just the timings that Apeks are getting and just how quick the kills come in relation to each other. It's quite funny because Apeks are getting, you know, absolutely destroyed in their CT side of Mirage to the same sort of players. Fly high in the flames, can't find his kills. Sassanito though, always ready for the trade. These mid-fights, surprisingly, Apeks is finding at least some space off the back of them, even if they don't win them out. Sassanito slipped on through, can't find the kill. Tenier was wary, considering it. There's a lot of bodies over at B.
Looks like they're going to commit to this. Looks like they're still going to fight forward anyway. At the very least, they've drained out the smokes. There's no utility now for this CT side, so Apeks can take this anywhere. Goshikima's got one smoke, and that is it for just over a minute of play. And Gokushima's that player that loves to get involved. He really likes an aggressive push. At least they have Celta in donut. But for 50 seconds, Apeks, with the only control they've got, you imagine this is going to be the B exec.
forZe's setup looks too strong. It's going to be difficult for Apeks to fight into this. Sharpie's mollied off so they can isolate these players. They found Gokushima. Difficulty is, how do you deal with Cave? No way to now deny anyone from fighting out from it. No smoke, no molly, but bullets for one. Tenier, that extra presence is dealt with, or deals with him, sorry. And Nork, again in a clutch. Spam, not quite going to connect on him, but he's running out of time. Trying to fake it out, trying to bait in this swing, and it will come to him. But it's not favorable. And forZe will get their second round.
That's really clever from Xiaofi, just in the middle of that, because he sells his life to guarantee the kill and also guarantee the round win for forZe. Because you take a look at the way that Shalfi's moving. Notice how Tania is never peeking. Shalfi takes the first engagement with the volley. He gets the kill. And you've got players that are locking off this Jaguar position being Tania. And then what happens is, you can tell just by the way that Sense is positioning, he's worried about another player being long, another player being short, is caught looking the wrong way. So what Shalfi does is incredible, because he pushes out of cave. He's then very loud about his approach on the bomb site. He's always also moving, just to kind of give the illusion that he's the only one here. He kind of needs to stand and deliver to fight. But no, there's Tania in the back who swings immediately, gets the guaranteed trade, limits the space for Apeks, and then Nork is completely alone. He can't do anything in that situation. So a good response, but once again expensive. Just comes down to 2 players for forZe staying alive.
That foothold can start though. Critical round for forZe's CT side. Shalfi, ooh, just about staying alive. Sanito peering over the top of the ledge. Not going to spot anything out. And this control is being conceded very willingly by forZe in towards middle. Yeah. Very passive from Shalfi in red room.
What's good, though, is I've actually got someone in red room, because that has not been happening. Jump spot, uh-oh. Look on the angle. Oh, just sees the head top just running back and forth. Doesn't take the shot, but it looks like he's also been noted by Shalfi. So there are players in mid. Flashbang over the top. jkaem needs to be careful, flirting with the idea of death. Instead, not to be the case. Shalfi knows he cannot peek that right-hand side because of the orb.
Just going to reset over towards V. It's where they got the space. Spike. Oh, STYKO just walks out. Tries to catch a timing in through A main. Meanwhile, Sassanito is spotted in towards Jaguar. So again, it's a 3 versus X as they enter into the side. The bomb drop forward. jkaem gets 1, but Tania is standing strong. And again, it's Nork. With smoke in his face, he just has to save. This is forZe's round.
Good decision by Shalfi as well in this. As we see Nork fall into the orb. Just by not peeking, but also disengaging. More often than not, with the amount of pressure and bodies that they're wearing towards mid, you'd forgive Apeks for thinking that Shalfi would be staying in red room. Because that's always been the key point of contention that the T side have operated in. What's different about this is that Apeks hadn't scaled initially. Also, forZe had a player in Donut that was able to support. And as soon as Shalfi disengages, the Donut player comes and boosts. It's very good to see, because it's good awareness of the map, and it's basically committing to the idea that if they concede mid, it doesn't matter, because the crossfires on the site would ultimately reign supreme. That's something in which forZe have been finding a lot of success in. This A play is dangerous, though, because it is just Gokushima, and he's only got an AWP.
What is going to come over? Just as they come through, Gokushima gets first and falls back. Tania steps in successfully with the quad kill. forZe will easily deal with these pistols that try to burst in towards A, so they can't get onto 4. Just 1 within equalizing, and given Apeks started so strong into this, these gun rounds starting to look like they're going more forZe's way than Apex's. Feels like, given what you've said about their T side being stronger, they end up with 5. They'll be feeling pretty good, but 6 is a possibility.
It's because they varied up the timing of their aggression. It's been a lot more mid-round focused. Rather than fighting for mid early, you can see that Apeks is definitely wanting to do that. Celta drops a nade, doesn't see anyone initially. The fight out ledge for danger is dangerous for Tania. He keeps going. Has the flashbang support of Celta. At least that's the opening. He can now escape. Keep your eye on A. Never mind.
Yeah, STYKO kind of looked like he had a timing, right? But punished for it. An immediate response. Celta's going to come on over. Bomb's not committed yet. They're seeing if one of these players can find something. Oh, this is going to be a cool swing. Oh, jkaem still wins out the first fight, but trade is immediate. 2 versus 4. Orc's going to walk in towards middle with the bomb on his back. It's just this slither angle being held by Result. This should be a freebie for him. Such a powerful angle. Looking for the second. Perfectly calculated. Only losing 1. forZe now tie things up.
Yeah, so this now is painful for Apeks. I'd like to see a pause here from them, not to discuss, obviously, Tech9s, but to discuss just how they want to play their last gun round, because forZe are now not giving them the mid-fights, and as a result, Apeks have to go hunting and searching for these opening kills. I feel like that lurk smoke play with Sasanito up B could be the outlet for them in one of these gun rounds. I say one of them, the only gun round they've got left. It'll be the A-pop instead. Gokushima yet again left completely alone. On the angle, we'll find the first, and yet again falls back. Oh, never mind. Gokushima looking for a highlight moment, but all the time he spent just delaying these players means that Result can step in alongside all of the other players. In fact, it might just be Result.
That second kill was insane from Gokushima.
I didn't expect it.
Yeah, that must have been, like, you can see, it wasn't a wallbang. Like, it wasn't through the box. It must have just been the finest margin he was able to hit that player jumping over. Great double kill from Gokushima, and forZe take the lead. Apeks call a timeout, so the last round and a half is going to commence, but forZe feel like they've got all the momentum with them right now.
B is the vulnerability. I feel like if you're Apeks and you just smash the B bomb site after you've shown presence in towards mid, that's the way in. Because their contact plays up the ramp, they've been winning those fights 9 times out of 10. They just need to keep the attention of the player in mid, and that's normally Xiaofi, for long enough to the point where there's only 2 players on B. They could even just go for a straight pop out the gate. I wouldn't be against that. But that's where they need to go. B is definitely the area of contention, because forZe have patched up the gap in mid, and that's not really being a source of success anymore for Apeks.
Second drill coming into play, but not for long. Not for long at all, jkaem. He's done. He wants this 6 for Apeks, and he might just have done it single-handedly. That is the complete opening of the left-hand side of the map. Sense also finding his fight onto ramp, and finally Apeks off to a good start. Certainly should be getting the 6th round. Gokushima's even known in towards cave. Giving opportunities.
That's the bomb.
You're in a 5v2. Just group up and go A. You found 2 kills there.
I don't think you clear this if you're STYKO.
Oh no.
Oh, that's so smart as well. Tenier smokes off the door, and this enables Gokushima to remain here this little bit longer. You don't anticipate an AWP to be in this corner. Will the scope and the barrel protrude around the corner? Yes, it will. Okay, so that is a way forward. Tenier might just leave. Instead, he wants to fight. 30 seconds left. There's still chances for Apeks here, and he's shown that he's more than willing to hang around here.
Smoke full, he seems to slash bang in. Oh, it's a good flash. Oh, it's a good shot too, Tenier. 2 versus 5. One more bullet, but Nork saves it in the end, and Apeks will tie it up 6 apiece.
Back in the action then. 6 rounds each. Half shared, and already bullets. Dink for STYKO, and forZe are running it into Red Room. It's every single player looking to barrel and capitalize on the opportunity. And another dink as well. This time it's finished off. STYKO in the close corner, already dealt with and decimated by these Glocks. Gokushima waiting in the back lines will potentially cut off this rotation from Sasanito. And Tanir can even take the contact. This pistol is dominant.
There is still a player in A main. With bomb planted and no kit, this is so difficult. Sasanito can't even get out. As you mentioned, that crossfire is potent. Now jkaem is known and dealt with. Blistering pace from the pistol. forZe are going to get to 7, get in the lead. Will Nork find anything? 1. Wouldn't mind another. There it is. Nice shot. Eventually dealt with. Great pace from forZe, and that was kind of their gameplay on Mirage. And mentioned that I expect to see a continuation of that pace here. Let's start strong with the pistol.
It's not just insta. Like the dink on STYKO, and there's the dink on Sense that immediately gets followed up with another headshot. They're ready. They're raring to go. Will now be this eco. Yeah, this gets dangerous. This is where it gets dangerous for Apeks. You're a map down. This is forZe's stronger side. And they were able to fight and put up a resilient CT half after being down the deficit as well. Stacking donut. It's not a nice fill-in, but forZe are going to completely avoid it anyway. So scale through cave. Shafi will drop a smoke. Result will deem that it's pretty clear in just a couple of seconds, and yeah, well, this is the round done.
Just in case anyone's going to pop through a smoke. Not going to happen. Swear Shelfie wants to try and hunt, but it might be Salted AK that's under threat. You'd love to pick that up and hold on to it if you can. But I don't think that's going to happen. Now Shelfie will charge on through. The Mac-10 can try and get these remaining players, pick up the AK. Yeah, you're not saving jkaem. Sorry to say. That one gets upgraded. Yes? Yeah. So all you lose is a Mac-10.
And that's fine. I like the fact Gokushima didn't peek at the end there. He's just shooting his gun just to enable Shelfie to get 600 for the kill reward. First gunny would argue it's a bonus for forZe, but it's not whatsoever. Like, this feels great. Only a couple of the Galils in the mix. For Apeks limited utility, they prioritized all of the M4s. That comes as a consequence. And in mid as well, look at that damage. Immediately off the back of the nades. The forZe. It's Route 1 traffic. They want to go A.
Yeah, that double nade set is brutal, isn't it? And that's going to mean you've now got this double up in mid for a little bit longer. So STYKO is under threat, but able to strike first. Yet to be traded out, is eventually dealt with, but does a lot of damage onto Result. So a 4v4, and they are going to commit. Smoke comes through to CT. They've got a good position in towards middle as well. A swing through from jkaem, trying to overwhelm, but Result is sharp. And a re-smoke in towards CT. You've just got these guns out. Sense is low, you've got no kit. Do you really want to give this a look in?
Apparently so, because you know that Result and Tanir are quite low. But no kills being given over in the first couple of seconds, that will mark the retreat. And this is a wise call. This is a good one to make if you're Apeks. I didn't mind the idea of sticking around, but it's just the case of how long is it before you got to kind of hold up the white flag and give it over. That'll be 9, and that's your first gun round already dealt with. Sure, there'll be follow-up, there'll be resistance in this next one, but forZe currently, it feels like they're running away with it. Sense even dies to the bomb explosion. He's on B, for goodness sake.
Yeah, dies in short. That's actually really rough that he dies. And yeah, it's sticking around a little bit too long, right? If you've been able to get further, they're still going to get a buy up, but STYKO draws the short end of the stick because of the lack of money. He let the MP9 in a smoke to hold on to the A bomb site. Nork has no util. And the last timeout is called.
Well, the thing is as well, where can you go? If you're forced, you can go anywhere. Your pistol, you went mid. Your anti-eco, you went B. First all gun round, you got A. It's unpredictable. If you're Apeks in a situation like this, where you've got limited utility, but you've got the weaponry, it wouldn't surprise me to cheat a third player over to B early, rather than fighting for mid, because you know that the potential of maybe those double nades coming out is a very high likelihood. I wouldn't mind a stack. Instead, they're going to split the difference. 2 on A. With a player in Donut that can come support middle.
The ledge HE stack. Slightly disjointed. This one had been there, they would have been hurt. Double up. In towards Jaguar. Nice little bait set up, but the Molotov could cause issues. Goes to the left side. So they're both still here, and okay, well, Sense deals with both players. No issue. Assassinito not even needed.
Yeah, that was really lackadaisical from forZe. It just felt like they were going through the motions with their utility and not ready for players to be there. You can see that the player that swung wasn't spotted on the def cam. So Assassinito is still an unknown element. That flashbang misses as well, so Tanir can't swing. And the spray, you don't know if that's Sense or if that's another player there. You'll hear one reload. And finally, Celta will be able to overwhelm. Sense also dealt with. A 2-on-3. Gokushima now posts long. jkaem walks straight into the angle. Fortunately enough, there's some respite. But it is Gokushima thrown into this clutch.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Exactly the amount of bullets he needed. 1 versus 1. Can't go A though. No time. Oh, wait a second. Nork didn't realize he didn't have the bomb. Nork starts to go over towards A, thinking it's a ruse, and that's going to allow Gokushima to plant. A complete misread. And again, forZe from the deficit. They were in a 3 versus 5. 2 clean kills to open, and Gokushima just needs one to close. Nork, did he spot him? Surely he did. Down the ramp he goes. Nork taps the bomb and swings. Orphan hand spam down to 2 HP. Time and issue the HE even more so. Boom from Gokushima. And forZe win a round they had no right winning.
What a clutch from Gokushima. The fact that he has just enough bullets in the mag to get rid of STYKO. The fact that the bomb is out of the B doors completely misdirects Nork. And then Gokushima's decision to commit to the spam and then following up with the nade is perfect. Nork fires off that AWP. Can only shoot 1 bullet at a time. It is not enough. And that is a fumble from Apeks. And that inspires in the ranks for this T side. So much so that Shalfie goes on his own out mid.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even the first time Apeks have kind of fumbled these situations. They were able to just about recover it in the last round of the half, right? That was a 2v5 that forZe almost pulled off. This one's a 3v5, so a little bit more forgiving. Gokushima, we highlighted him as a player to watch, and he's shown why. Shalfie and Result opening it up. forZe are in cruise control.
Yeah, this is kind of done. I'll be honest. You can't. The thing is, you can buy if you're Apeks, but do you want to buy? You're saving double FAMAS. You're going to go into this next round, and again, it'll be the conversation piece of weaponry over utility, or taking more FAMASes to be able to afford the nades. This is horrible. This is absolutely horrible for Apeks. And it's been 5 rounds in a row from forZe. Imagine if they won that 2 versus 5 that you were mentioning. This would be 12. This would be series point. Instead, it's 11. Instead, it's a tiny little bit of breathing room. STYKO cannot afford to lose this FAMAS, and he does.
One FAMAS goes into this round. Can't even pause.
You got to play for OT. You
You
have to play for OT.
There's no other option. Otherwise, it's what? FAMAS is into the final round. Oh, brutal. They are going to force? No? Yes, half-5. With full loss bonus, they'll still have enough into the next, so this can still be threatening.
It can be. I want to see them get aggressive. Look, you've got to kind of take risks now, especially in moments like this. You've overwhelmed forZe. Think back to the double setup that was in Jaguar, where they were able to get these kills. This time it might come in through A main, but it's Gokushima lying in wait on the other side. These players push in. It's all about time in the shadow. It's been spotted, and it's been dealt with by forZe. They've cracked open A immediately. The bomb can reposition over, and Resoul's even doing further damage on the B players. That's going to keep them locked in. Sassanito survives with about half of his life total, but the bomb site's conceded, and it has to be another save. forZe on series point.
Yeah, and forZe can afford to send bodies to try and hunt these rifles as well. You don't want to lose this thought. That would be brutal. Oh, and I think you might lose it. Maybe not. How fast is Gokushima's flick?
Look at Sense just doing the shimmy.
He's dancing, isn't he?
Do, do, do.
Does he swing this? He knows the AWP will scoped up, yes? Oh, perfect. Yoink. That can't be denied either. That's actually a really valuable little kill for Sense to find.
Oh, that Molly's gone into pocket as well, whereas if it went over the top, Sassanito would have been dead. They're trying to hunt. They're trying to spam. Sassanito just about holding on. So we'll bring the AK forward. You're right, an incredibly valuable save, but it needs to be turned into just perfect Counter-Strike. Apeks cannot make a mistake, something they've been prone to doing all series long. forZe have got so many chances to close. They've also got such a bank balance in which they can just keep investing. This is hard. This is so difficult for Apeks to try and claw their way out of.
Nice boost. For a fast fight in towards lane, but it's straight A. Big pace as well. Smoke's gone down. Stealth is low, but he's done his job. Somehow still surviving. Bomb yet to be planted, and Nork has found a kill. jkaem catches Tania on an alert, maybe a little bit too early. And a great blow in the smoke. Sense gets one back. And the stealth is so low. Shalfie has to do everything, and he's getting further peppered from the spawn. EFS look like they should remain fighting.
All they're worried about is forZe leaving and going B, which is why Sense is just jiggling, also jumping over these smokes, but Nork on the line at Temple is perfect. Shalfie can't progress further, and now they can start to close the gap. Self's going to be caught in just a matter of moments here. Can't find a kill, and that guarantees that this player is still in A. And the Wally even locks it in. Good survival. Instincts from Apeks. Just making sure they remain, but we've spoken about the money. It's still here for this T side.
Yeah, I think forZe were a little too eager on a few of the moves there. One, in terms of how fast they were to plant the bomb, but also the activation of Tania's lurk was way too early.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
before the
agreed.
bomb, the bomb never got planted. So Tania's meant to come through as the late round kind of closer. Instead, he's trying to get active before his players on A have even set up. So slightly disjointed. Gives Apeks a lifeline, and Nork continues it with a nice kill onto Gokushima.
Oh, Celta versus Sense. Spotted by Sense. Vital kill. Just trying to reimagine this CT side for Apeks. Shalfie's also made a step. That's been heard, which is why Nork comes over. 5 alive here is everything. But instead, it's 2 deaths immediately. Why did I say anything? Deep smoke. into CT. Result knows he's got B on lock. You have to worry about mid, though. It's going to be an afterplant. It has to be a retake now.
2 versus 5. Oh, they're
No.
so worried. Oh, but maybe this is actually going to come out to work for them. How to sneak across? Oh, the 2 versus 2. Oh my god, they're going to do it like this. They couldn't do it to close out the half, but they might just close out the series. 2 on 5, and Result with a quad kill does it for forZe. An unbelievable way to close it. The forZe dominate Apeks on Ancient.
How Result finds those first 2 kills, he just snaps onto the player at B ramp, and from there, you kind of feel like the forZe are just so worried about the scaling from Shelf, but instead they fight it together. They get 2 kills each, and then Result just remains. What a round from him, but what a